Hi, I am Karrion Lalor Carr, Leadership Advisor and founder of Sovereign Therapy and Coaching. In high pressure environments, what separates solid leaders from exceptional ones becomes very clear. It shows up in how they hold steady when the stakes rise. Here are 5 traits I consistently see in leaders whose impact holds under pressure. Trait 1: internal regulation under pressure. The first trait is internal regulation under pressure. Several years ago, I was observing a senior leadership team during a tense planning cycle. Everyone in the room was capable and experienced, but one leader shifted the entire tone without saying much. As the conversation started to tighten, he slowed his breathing, lowered his voice slightly, and asked one grounded question that reset the room. You could feel the shift almost immediately. Exceptional leaders understand that their nervous system enters the room before their words do. Trait 2: clean ownership of decisions. The second trait is clean ownership. I worked with a founder who kept circling decisions. Meetings were thoughtful, but execution stalled. When we listened closely, the pattern was clear. Decisions were discussed, but not clearly closed. Then she began ending the meetings with 3 simple statements. This is a decision. This is who owns it. This is when we revisit. Momentum improved within weeks. Exceptional leaders remove ambiguity early. Trait 3: disciplined focus when everything feels urgent. The third trait is disciplined focus. During one advisory intensive, a company came in carrying a long list of must-win priorities. The strain in the room was easy to spot. At one point, I asked the executive team, if capacity tightens next quarter, which 3 of these actually protect the business? The room went still. Within a month of narrowing their focus, cross-team friction dropped and execution speed improved. Exceptional leaders focus when pressure tempts expansion. Trait 4: active protection of culture. The fourth trait is protecting culture when performance is high. In a fast-scaling organization I supported, the numbers looked strong and deadlines were being met. But in meetings, high performers were becoming more careful with their words, less direct, more guarded. That shift matters. Once leadership reset the expectation that early risk visibility was part of strong performance, candor returned and issues surfaced faster. Exceptional leaders watch the tone of the room, not just the metrics. Trait 5: the willingness to pause and recalibrate. The fifth trait is willingness to pause. There have been seasons in my own leadership where demands were strong and opportunities were stacking. And still, I could feel internal pressure starting to build. In those moments, I use what I call the sovereign pause. I sit back and ask, am I leading right now or reacting? Is this expansion clean? What actually needs my attention this week? More than once, that pause has prevented unnecessary strain downstream. Exceptional leaders know when to interrupt their own momentum before the system pays for it. If there is one thread across all 5 traits, it's this: exceptional leadership is less about doing more. It's about staying steady enough and clear enough that your decision holds when pressure rises. If this resonates, you can learn more at Sovereign Therapy and Coaching. I also share regularly on LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok.